Hey you guys, we are back with another video, and ooh, what's that? We're sitting down. Today we will be doing a type of video we've been wanting to do for so freaking long. We get reached out to all the time via Instagram and or YouTube about New York, because so much of our content is New York based content. Basically, you guys want to know what are the must-sees, do's and eats of New York City, and we're here to tell you. We're very excited to share our official recs for the city. The concept behind this video is we're sticking to Manhattan today. We will be doing a whole separate video on our guides to Brooklyn. If you are by some chance a newcomer, hi, my name is Michelle and I am a social media manager working and living in New York City. We vlog our lives usually. We mainly stick to vlogs here. We run this channel together. Who are you? I'm your sister. I am a comedian, writer, actor. Also living and working in New York City. I also work at a restaurant, so don't go thinking I'm successful at any of those things. Yeah, that's our whole gag. We live together, we share this apartment, and we make videos for all of you on the internet. Sisters, roommates, best friends. We're mainly going to be focusing on Manhattan, and by mainly I mean we are going to be focusing on Manhattan today because we're planning on doing a whole separate Brooklyn guide for you guys. We will be doing 3 days, so a 3-day itinerary all planned for you guys. I think this would be super helpful for somebody who maybe it's your first or second time to the city and you're still doing all the touristy things. This is by no means a locals guide to New York at all. I feel like that could be another video in itself. So, day one, starting off the morning, where are you gonna go for breakfast? Where can you get fine, affordable brunch dining in New York City with an authentic, non-bougie feel? It's EJ's Luncheonette. EJ's Luncheonette. EJ's Luncheonette. EJ's Luncheonette. Our favorite spot. This is probably the breakfast place we have both gone to the absolute most. And it's the furthest away. But it's just that much more worth it. The prices are way more reasonable, but the food is fantastic. And it's classic diner eating that will just make you go, ah, I have arrived. Home, home, home. What do we order when we go? Our go-to order for EJ's Luncheonette is we get the EJ's platter, which we get with sunny side up eggs, side of bacon, and hollow toast. That comes with home fries. Those are the best thing that have ever been in my mouth. And then me and Michelle share a side, but it's not a side. It's an order. It's an order of buttermilk pancakes with their blueberry compote on the side. And also, one of the best things about EJ's Luncheonette is the location. So you're right by Central Park. You're also right by the Museum Mile. So you have access to so many amazing museums. And so that leads us into our next activity, which is the Met. The Met. The Met. The Met. The Met. Oh my God. The Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City is my favorite museum. You can honestly get lost in there. There are I don't even think, we haven't even seen half of it at this point. And we've been like 5 times. It's such a cool space. I think there's something for everybody. There's modern art, you've got the Impressionists, you've got, what else is there? Oceanic art. There's so much history. There's lots of exhibits like based around like architecture and history and interior design, exhibits featuring fashion. I swear to God, you could go with your sister, your friend, your mom, your dad, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, and like I think that there'll be something for everybody to be like oohing and ahhing at, which I really like. Okay, you got done with the Met. You're still a little full from EJ's. So what are you gonna do? Walk more. You're gonna walk. Honestly, wear comfortable shoes this day because you will die if you wear like heels or like flip-flops. So as Michelle said, you are right by the park once you get out of the Met. So after you take your sneaky Gossip Girl mock shot on the steps, if you are a fan, you're gonna then head into Central Park. Oh, such a bad place. Central Park. Hey, we're in Central Park. Central Park. There's obviously a lot to see see in Central Park. The park is half a mile wide and 2.5 miles long.
It seems
so
longer
you have a lot to see. Also very, very dense. So you might be like, I can see there in half an hour. You can't. There's so much to see. Even I haven't seen the top parts of the park yet.
I've been flailing my fingers around over here because I do want to say a pro tip for visiting New York is you need to allocate like double the time for every single task that you will be doing than you think that it's going to take you.
So once you get into the park, guys, you might be like, what do I see? Where do I go? Here's the key. You want to take the track that will lead you like around the Great Lawn, and you're going to go up to Belvedere Castle. At one point in time, it was used as a weather station for the city in order to calibrate wind speeds. Sweeping views of the park. Maybe you want to pop into Shakespeare's Garden. Down the hill, through the ramble, you'll cross over the bridge. Maybe you'll see the Bow Bridge while you're taking that track. It's beautiful. It has been featured in many, many movies. Maid of Honor with Patrick Dempsey. After you cross the Bow Bridge, you're gonna probably get into the Bethesda Terrace area, which is stunning and usually very, very busy if you are there during tourist season. From there, you can maybe go see Strawberry Fields, which is the memorial to John Lennon, who was killed at the Dakota Building.
I like how you're pointing.
Like right there. You're gonna go through the Bethesda Terrace. That will lead you directly to the mall, which has featured amazing movies. Off the top of my head, Trainwreck with Amy Schumer.
Or Ride Wars.
So the mall has gorgeous ancient trees, as well as beautiful monuments of historical figures, and Christopher Columbus, who is not great, but you can take a fun little pic of you flipping him off. We don't love colonialism.
We do not promote or advocate for colonialism.
You're gonna head to...
look at the list.
Well, no, I'm
not done with Central Park.
I'm not done with Central Park. Guys, you should also 100% check out Turtle Pond. There are lots of turtles. You'll be like, some kid apparently like let his pet go there in like the 1950s, and now there are 1,000 turtles. Out of Central Park, maybe you've hit up a couple other statues. Maybe you've looked at Charles Dickens. Maybe you've looked at Alice in Wonderland, and maybe you've stumbled upon the Great Balto. Maybe you want to pop into the Central Park Zoo. Maybe zoos aren't for you because you think that's mean to animals. Maybe the zoo is not for you. Maybe just go onto the carousel because those are fake horses, and you can ride them to your heart's content. Go head straight into the dairy, which is an old dairy that was called the Children's Corner, or children's attractions very close to each other, so all the kids could just hang out there and then go get a jug of milk. In fact, dairy is not as in as it once was at open. So you can just pop into the dairy, where it is now a visitor center and one of the best gift shops in the city. So you can pop in there. I love it!
And I'm not even gonna include myself. Should Aline just do a video on Central Park alone? I would say yes. Some would say yes. We're running low on time, so we're gonna have to move on to the next thing on the list.
Central Park. Boom, there's the plaza. You look up at the plaza.
Yeah, the
say
plaza
hello to
is
Eloise.
cute. Doesn't Trump own the plaza?
Not anymore. He sold
Oh, thank God. If it's wintertime, maybe you look into doing some ice skating. I think there are like multiple ice rinks in Central Park. What are there, like 2?
There are 2.
If it's winter, you can go ice skating or just pose with the monuments. If it's summer or spring or fall, just enjoy the nature, honestly. Take in a breath of fresh air and escape from the city.
It's a very beautiful, striking contrast when you got the concrete jungle and the jungle itself.
Wonderful. Thank you for your history lesson.
Oh, thanks.
So hopefully you venture towards the west side because you can pop into Levain.
Levain. I don't know, maybe it's just Levain.
Pop into Levain on the Upper West Side. That is where the original Levain Bakery is featured, so that's exciting. That one is our favorite.
Oh, absolutely.
Why do you have so much doubt in your eyes?
I was thinking about how I worked there.
This is where our favorite location of Levain is because it just feels so much more like a neighborhood bakery. It doesn't feel as corporate. It feels just like this really cool hole-in-the-wall experience, and the line goes down the block and you're surrounded by brownstones, and it's just like so cute, and everyone in there that works there is so nice, and the cookies are
delicious.
So freaking good.
Delicious.
So the cookies, if you are not familiar, we have featured them in so many vlogs at this point. They are these massive, like, hamburger-sized cookies. Chocolate chip is their OG. It's like a walnut chocolate chip.
Walnut chocolate chip.
But my favorite is the chocolate and peanut butter, which is to die for.
So bam, you've done the Met, you've done the park, you've gotten yourself a cookie, and you're like, what am I gonna do this evening? You guys, time to see a show. Broadway. New York is of course home to the great Broadway, so you should definitely go see a show. A way to get great prices for Broadway tickets is to carve out some time in your day to pop over to the TKTS booth. They have several locations across the city.
We ended up going to the TKTS booth and getting reduced price tickets for Hello Dolly.
You can actually just show up, you guys. I think they open around noon, and you can stand in line. Sometimes the line is crazy, sometimes it's not. And you can get day of tickets that are way reduced for different shows around the city. You get tickets like as cheap as like 80 bucks, maybe even cheaper. If you say like, what is the cheapest ticket you have, they'll probably
if you're not picky on what you
where
want to
you
see.
sit. Yeah. Other ways that you can get tickets to a Broadway show are through Gold Star, who are friends of ours. They are not sponsoring this video, but we have dedefinitely used them in the past. Also, Today Tix app is a great way to also get great tickets. So definitely would recommend those for you guys who like to plan ahead.
So once you've secured your tickets, you can head on over to dinner. There are tons and tons of restaurants in the Times Square area. Also, Times Square is repulsive, so don't be afraid or alarmed when you get there and it does not seem as glitzy and glamorous as the movie. Venturing into Times Square would be a favorite place. It's so cool. There will be an Elmo that will haunt your dreams for the rest of your life. One of our go-to dinner spots in the area is Friedman's. We are at Friedman's. This is our favorite post-show dinner spot. Friedman's at the Edison, so it's in the Edison Hotel, or like part of the Edison Hotel. It's amazing. The steak tacos are phenomenal. The sauce that they put on them,
oh my god,
good.
it's so good. And if you want to get a side of sweet potato fries, I highly recommend. They have a blue cheese aioli that is to die, and I don't even like blue cheese.
And yeah, around this time, like, Times Square will be all lit up, and I will admit it does have like a very much a movie magic feel when it's dark out, so maybe you can take this opportunity to take a cute picture in Times Square, which is always a fun like touristy activity, and I think just like to check off the bucket list, if you will.
Really quickly, if someone tries to talk to you, ignore them in Times Square. Someone tries to give you a bracelet, just move aside. You don't need that bracelet. They're trying to scam you. 3.
No to demos.
No to demos. No to demos.
Just don't engage.
It's a big scam. Just don't do it. So now it's time to get some rest because you have a jam-packed day 2.
Alright, we're starting off day 2 and we've got some fun prepared.
Fun in the sun.
So you're going to start off the day by grabbing a quick bagel or a croissant near your hotel or your Airbnb. I don't have recommendations for you because I don't know where you're staying. Grab a coffee, you're gonna need it because this is a day that you should start off particularly early. So what is their activity that they will be doing?
You guys, you gotta go to Liberty Island to go see the Statue of Liberty, and to Ellis Island as well.
Lady Liberty, Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island.
So fun.
It's so fun.
And iconic.
Yes, how can you not? So I would recommend getting the earliest tickets you can to go onto the ferry. I think they'll be a little bit more affordable. If they're not, it means that you get to avoid a lot of people. So that's the best.
Yeah, this is something you will need to plan ahead for. You will have to purchase tickets in advance. And I believe you can choose between doing just the Statue of Liberty or just Ellis Island, or you can do like a combo pack and do both. Depends on the tickets that you get. So you'll be snacking on your bagel, your croissant, sipping on your coffee. There will be so many great views. However, if it is winter when you're visiting, it will be really cold, so layer the hell up, or you might die of pneumonia or get a nosebleed like our dad. It is freezing cold.
Fun fact, it does cost extra to go up, but I don't know who needs to go up.
Yeah, why do you need to be in the woman? Like, I feel like that's some sort of aggression, some sort of power move that I don't understand.
Then you're gonna head to Ellis Island.
Very powerful, especially as we are immigrants. We immigrated to the United States from Chile in South America.
2008.
And so it was very powerful and very poignant for us. But yeah, we think that if you're visiting New York, it's definitely a must-see. Walk around that museum. You could maybe invest in a tour or like a visual audio guide.
I'm pretty sure the audio guides are free.
Yeah, with your ticket.
I I've used them before. They're really, really good, you guys. So please, if you have no idea what you're looking at, the lady in the headphones does.
Some alternatives, if this maybe isn't your thing, but you still do want to see Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty, you can take a cruise around Manhattan. I've taken a brunch cruise around Manhattan.
You can do that, or you can go on just a regular old cruise of the harbor, and they are great little boats that they got, and by little I mean medium to big, and you can get on them with a bunch of other people. It's not too crowded. It's
not too cruisy.
No, no.
It's just mainly a boat.
It plays some good tunes. And you can just go around, you can get close, you can get some pictures, and you don't need to get off for nothing. Where should you get tickets for these things, you might be asking? Oh, thanks. Gold Star.
Or you can take the Staten Island ferry, and that is like completely free. And then you can still see all the cool landscape of NYC, get your pick, enjoy the views, and have a grand old time.
You can recreate like the season 3 opening of Sex and the City if you want.
Taking with them only their fond memories of Staten Island and its infamous iced teas.
Now you're off your boat of choice. It is time to be back on land and also to get some more food, which we all are here for. I don't know about you guys, but when I travel, I'm like,
when's the next time?
Can I eat next? The answer is now. Basically, you're gonna head to the West Village, Greenwich Village area.
The Village, West Village, Greenwich Village, the Village, Village, Greenwich Village.
Such a beautiful neighborhood, and that will be the quintessential New York that you know from the movies, the old brownstones and parks. It's exactly what you would picture in New York to be. I know we were a little confused when we were in like the financial district and we were in Midtown and we were like, this is ugly, but Greenwich Village will fulfill all of your greatest fantasies and dreams.
So you're gonna head into that area of the city to stop and get a slice. Yes,
starving right now.
A slice of pizza. And one of the best, of course, is a Joe's Pizza. Their pizza is truly fantastic. It is not the traditional dollar slice, but I believe they are $3.50 a piece, and they are delicious. Me and Michelle love the cheese and the fresh mozz, which is
fresh mozz is my favorite
alternative cheese.
It's so good. It's definitely more of a margarita vibe without the basil. Margarita, hold the basil, if you will. It's so good. And they do have other pizza options, but we do like being children and having just like a slice of cheese or fresh mozz.
If you are looking for a famous pizzeria, look no further. The location in Greenwich Village is the original, and it is lined with photos of different celebs who have hit up the spot over the years. For some reason, the only one I can think of is Bradley Cooper, but there are many
Bradley
others.
Cooper, my favorite male celebrity.
Up next, you might have a little hankering for dessert, or postre, as they say in the native tongue of Spanish of our country. So you're gonna go pick up one of the best desserts I have ever had in my entire life.
Sweet.
My most iconic sweet. You're gonna head to Magnolia Bakery, the one specifically in the West Village, for some banana pudding.
Magnolia Bakery, Magnolia Bakery, Magnolia Bakery.
You might go, ick, I don't like banana, but I tell you, you're wrong, because you've never had banana like this. You might be like, but I want a cupcake. Don't be a fool. Just get the pudding. They're only okay.
That good.
They kind of taste like sugar air.
So if you're feeling like doing some window shopping, maybe you want to get a little literary, we've got some recommendations for you. The Greenwich Letterpress is a phenomenal little stationery store. Aline wants to talk about it a little bit because she's a huge fan.
I found it. It's great, guys. It's so quirky. It's so fun. Did you make a furrowed brow face?
Yeah.
What of it? It's pink, guys. It's so pink. It's so cute. It is not just an Instagrammer's dream, but anybody with a personality's dream.
Yeah,
because quite frankly,
with eyes.
There's a little something for everyone. They have
so
the best
cute.
cards. They have fun keychains. The people who work there are always fun and friendly, and they also have great posters. So if you want to get any kind of city memorabilia, this is a great place.
And there's also like an underground coffee shop like right near there. It's like right by it, kitty corner. You go down some stairs and they have this like hidden coffee shop we've never been in, but it always has intrigued me.
So while you're in the neighborhood, just take a picture of Waverly Place because it's so close. You'll walk by it, and so if you are a fan of Wizards of Waverly Place,
incredible.
Yeah, or Gay Street, depending on your LGBTQ needs.
There's also Goods for the Study, which is nearby, that has a lot of amazing like pens and stationery supplies. Or one of my favorite bookstores in the city, which is 3 Lives and Company. So quaint, so peaceful. You will feel like you are in You Got Mail. It is such a well curated space.
If you're in the neighborhood, a must see is Washington Square Park.
We just came from Washington Square Park. Washington Square Park.
Wonderful park. It's a great park. So this is a really famous park in the city, you guys. Featured in a lot of movies, of course. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking of Someone Great.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, what are you thinking of? This all I can think about is Someone Great.
It's gorgeous. There's also a guy who has somehow obtained control over 1 million pigeons. So the arch in Washington Square Park was built in 1892, and it was erected as a celebratory inauguration of Washington.
Oh wow.
President George Washington.
You're gonna do some more walking and head on over to Carrie Bradshaw's apartment, which is in the Village, and it's
on Perry Street.
We did this our first time in the city, and it was so special, especially because we're huge Sex and the City fans. Like, it's one of my favorite shows personally. I think probably my favorite show.
Why are you saying it's one of my favorite shows personally?
I don't know what shows you like. If you want to just do some walking and see some sights, I feel like there's so much in the Village that you can see, and that is one of the landmarks you can check out. There's also the Friends apartment.
Also, there's a little restaurant underneath if you want to eat in the Friends apartment.
I've
It's
never
called the
eaten
Little
there,
Owl,
but it seems really cute.
yeah, it looks really cute.
Yeah, I bet it's expensive. And speaking of food, it's dinner time. You could either do this before and after the suggested activity that we have planned for you. Go over some spots in the neighborhood that you might find enjoyable. There is Don Angie, which is an Italian restaurant. Cafe Cluny, which apparently SJP herself regularly frequents. That is a French restaurant. Jeju Noodle Bar and Ramen Ya, which are Asian cuisines. Got some noodles, got some ramen. Palma, another Italian restaurant. And then there's Shuka, which is an amazing Mediterranean
We've been
joint.
there. It's delicious.
It's also very cute and blue.
It's blue.
So next, Aline, would you like to discuss the
Sure,
activity
guys.
for the evening?
We're gonna recommend you go see some comedy.
I was so close to being my name. I was born in 97, year of the ox. And I think my body just heard that and was like, and the ox we shall be. My mom doesn't like that joke. I was supposed to look at a woman whose body is like this and be like, how did you do it? I don't want to see another picture of your ox. She doesn't talk like that. She's a lot of pirate energy, but you get it. Also, I've been stalking you on Venmo. Who is Sarah? Like that. Nice song. Thank you guys so much.
There is a ton of comedy in New York City. So in the area, you have Comedy Village Club, Comedy Cellar, Greenwich Village Comedy Club, and The Lantern. I'm pretty sure that most nights you can show up and just attend one of their shows. Usually there'll be a barker outside the club trying to get you in.
Barker, is that what they're called?
Yep. And the quality is obviously going to vary. Like sometimes it'll be like, oh look, there's Dave Chappelle or John Mulaney, and some nights it'll be somebody where it's like, who are you?
Yeah. But if you're especially into comedy, I think that you could probably look up your favorite comedians' tours. There's shows galore here.
Yeah, and if you ever want to be like, what's Aline doing? Check on my Instagram
Or slide into her DMs.
and be like, you doing anything in the area? And if I am, I'll try to get back to you.
Literally slide into her DMs and tell her to perform for you somewhere so you can come see. And if you don't want to go to a comedy show, you can go to a concert, or you can just go grab a drink, or you can go
See another show.
maybe see another Broadway show, or you could go to sleep.
Maybe you're tired from all the eating and the walking.
Yeah. And that is the end of day 2. Let's move on to day 3, shall
Wow,
we?
already at the end after a million years
This
of
is the-
talking.
yeah.
You're gonna start off the day right, you guys. You're gonna head to Chelsea Market on day 3.
Chelsea Market, Chelsea Market, Chelsea Market, Chelsea Market. We're at Chelsea Market.
For
So good.
some morning roaming and also some great food.
Oh, the food at Chelsea Market is so good.
This is a place where there's something for everybody food-wise. So if you're there with your family or if you're there with a group of friends, you're definitely going to be able to find something that everybody wants to eat. We personally love the pancakes at Cream Line.
Cream Line?
They are divine.
I will say that Chelsea Market can be a war zone as far as tourists and crowds go. Be careful with like going too late or maybe going on a weekend. Definitely get very busy, but for good reason, because the food is so good. There's also the donuttery. Suzanne's crepes, so good. You can get like a banana and Nutella or strawberry Nutella. It's
delicious.
My stomach is actually rumbling as we speak.
You can also do a little bit of shopping while you're there. Obviously, it's a market, so not only do they have food, but they also have, well, they have an anthropology there, but you don't have to go there.
They also have this incredible flea market called Artisan Fleas. Handmade artisanal goods and screen printed crafts and art and vintage clothing. It's very, very cool, and there's so much to see in there, and it's probably a great place to get like gifts to bring back for people, and yeah, just overall fun to look around.
Maybe you picked up a fried Oreo for the road and you want to walk the High Line. So it's newer, and I believe it was built off of old subway tracks. From there, you can walk down, look at sights of the city. You can take a look at the port that Titanic was supposed to come into and never did, because of the dying and the crashing, because of the whole glacier.
The weather's nice. It's just like a really fun walk, and I think it like outstretches like a mile or so. So next you're gonna head downtown a little bit to SoHo and Nolita. SoHo. This is an amazing area. So basically SoHo has like all of these brethren called NoHo, Nolita.
Soho,
those are them, right? Like little SoHo cluster.
SoHo appendages.
I mean, this is not fact. This is just what I've noticed. So it's just all of these little areas of New York very close to each other. And it's great for shopping. SoHo is very much known for shopping. So the Strand is actually very near this neighborhood. The Strand is probably the most famous bookstore in New York City. I am not good at the history, but it's a rad place to get a book. So lots of books around that area, very fun. Also, what is around that area too? Food. It is time for lunch. Basically, you've got your pick of the litter when it comes to food in the SoHo
Oh, this
area.
is a great place to eat.
It's phenomenal.
It's so good.
It's like any type of cuisine you want, any craving you have, you got it there. You're right in like this just peak food area. Jack's by Frida or by Chloe if you want to do like the standard. Like I feel like this is a very like blogger lunch spot.
Yeah, Dig In is also there if you're one to
something quick. You've got Aline's favorite Spring Natural Kitchen.
I love the Spring Natural Kitchen.
Which she loves so much she forgets the name. There's also La Esquina, which is like fun Mexican cuisine. There's Shushu, which is delicious. There's Two Hands and Egg Shop. Basically, so many good spots. See which one strikes your fancy, or go somewhere else. Honestly,
it's your life.
At the end of the day, you don't listen to us, but if you want to, lots of really great options here.
If you want to have a good cheesecake in the city, honestly, Junior's cheesecake is very good. If you were to come across it in Times Square, you're like, yeah, Junior holds up.
Just Junior's.
But if you are in the NoHo, SoHo area and you're like, where to go get a good cheesecake? Eileen's special cheesecake is very, very famous. Also, hella affordable for the city.
So good.
It's delicious. My cheesecake, Eileen's cheesecake is better, but Eileen's special cheesecake is good too. And
unfortunately, you're not invited to our apartment to eat Eileen's cheesecake, but you can settle for Eileen's cheesecake.
Yes.
If you don't like cheesecake, maybe you can head down to Little Italy and Chinatown. Another really just fun neighborhood to walk around. A lot of these things you can just substitute by just walking and just seeing the sights, because New York is a very walkable city, so everything is very squished together, unlike inferior cities like Los Angeles. In Chinatown you can find Bibble and Sip, cutest little spot.
I hate macaroons, and I had a macaroon there and I was like, I can retire.
If you're into Hayao Miyazaki at all, you will really like this spot.
Or just like cute little, almost like little animation character-y thingies.
Yeah.
Ooh.
If you're a nerd, very cute, very Instagrammable.
Their
too.
teas are delicious.
Delicious. We had some sort of lemonade thing that I enjoyed. There's also Igloo.
Our battery's blinking.
Famous ice cream in waffle casing, which I have not had personally, but I have had friends who've tried it. There's also taiyaki, which is that fish cone with ice cream. So lots of just like fun Instagrammable foods.
So next up is time to get some really, really good views of the city in a very famous, quintessential New York way. So we recommend either the Empire State Building or the One World Trade Center. You're gonna get great views from either. Top of the Rock is also great. I just haven't done that. Both of them, you have to pay a fee. You can't just go up and look.
It's not freezies.
No, but they are really, really cool. And if you're in the One World Trade Center area, that means that you can look at the 9/11 Memorial as well as maybe dip down into the 9/11 Museum. And it's not something you should do lightly. It is one of the most profound experiences I've ever had. There can be a big line, but I do believe on Tuesdays it is free. It is an astoundingly good museum if you want to check it out.
I need to go. It
and
looks so good.
Yeah, fantastic celebration of the city too, and first responders and everything like that. That's the plus, I think, of doing the One World Trade Center Observatory, is that you get to be near all that other stuff. So I do that, but that's just my take. If you only are in the city for a short period of time.
If you're also in the World Trade Center area, you can pop over to the Oculus, which is a very cool architectural structure that tourists seem to enjoy, as I see them oftentimes photographing that space. So it kind of looks like a fish skeleton, but it's very, very cool and unique. And if you want to do more shopping, there is a mall inside, which I guess is fun. And then there's also gelato. You can also paint the town that evening to celebrate your trip. Some spots that we would recommend. We haven't been to either because we are grandparents, but from what we've observed the youths doing, we have a recommendation. You can go to Catch, which they have a Catch steak and a regular Catch NYC. It's not just a New York thing, they have them all over the US. I think they have it in like Vegas and LA, I don't know. This is a very like fancy night out. There's a dress code, but if you want to like go out and have a nice like dinner with your gals, they have great plates for sharing, great cocktails, and you can dress up a little, which is fun. And there's also Tao, which they have, I think, 2 locations in the city, and there's one that is connected to a nightclub, so that's always fun if you want to do some dancing.
But if you also want to have a great fancy-ish dinner with your parents, I always say parents because that's
how we travel.
That's who I eat with. But also, if you want to eat with like some friends or whatever, to have a nice-ish meal and celebrate your trip, Fig and Olive is so good.
I went to my birthday dinner.
Yeah, Michelle's birthday dinner was there if you saw that on Instagram.
So if you want a more like upscale dining experience, but maybe without like the club atmosphere.
With great service.
Yeah, amazing service, amazing flavors. That is a great spot that we definitely recommend. There's so many things you could do with your trip. Like honestly, the possibilities are endless, but here we are just scratching the surface. And as I said before, honestly, follow us on Instagram for recommendations and like screenshot where we go if you're planning a trip, because if we are going to places repeatedly, it must be good. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you have an amazing trip.
Personally, I want to go on this trip.
Yeah, I want to do all of these things immediately. So hopefully this was helpful. Feel free to comment down below any questions you may have.
Give this video a like if you want to see more in our New York series-ish kind of thing that we've got going here. So again, follow us on Instagram. She's Michelle. I'm Aline. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. And we're here to tell you, it's EJ Sloan's here.
Aline, can you stop looking down? It makes people think that you're bored of me. When I'm talking, you're not off.
Oh, okay. So while you're in the zone,
Aline, I'm not done talking about my recommendations. So shut up. Enjoy the city. That was